Hi guys, this is Avinash here. So this is my first ever video on Copperplate Calligraphy Basic plus small letters. And thanks for following me on Instagram and for your great response to my workshop. So let's do this and start with our basic oval practice. Now we are moving toward your material. The material we required are basic and simple and nominal priced, okay, which is pen, your ink and your paper. But it is necessary to choose which product are good and which are not. For ink I always use walnut and black ink for practice, and for writing something like for commission work, for writing names, name cards, I use a colored inks which are available in many brands and varieties. So I generally use Winsor & Newton gouache. Then in metallics, I use our homemade metallic paints by Kelly. Okay. For paper, we know it's very important thing. So for that we have many varieties of paper available in art shop. I always use 100 GSM paper for practicing, although there is vast variety of those papers too. Paper should be smooth enough to glide your nib on a surface. Plus, you need the paper that won't absorb the inks. And for that reason, the best papers are bond papers, 100 GSM bond papers, so that you can print your guideline on this. This is 100 GSM paper, and then you also have option of a translucent paper or transparent paper, which have a best surface for your pen and ink. So this is about the paper. For other stuff like pen holder, the main tool that we use. So the pen holder are divided in two categories. First one is oblique, second one is straight. Both having their own advantage of using by individual. Like straight holder, so many left-handed calligrapher use a straight holder, which is comfortable for them to find a proper angle. While in oblique holder, we have a flange adjusted towards 55 or 52 degree. Because our copper plate is in extreme slanted angle of 55, we required to have some guide. So that's why we required an adjustable flange, so that when we fit a straight nib in a flange, it will give you the proper angle. The next one is your guideline sheets. Why guideline sheets are important? When you're writing with an extreme angle, you have to have a proper angular movement of your hand. Again, the guidelines are properly measured, and that's why it is necessary to use the guideline while you are practicing. For nibs, I generally suggest beginners to use Nikko, this one, Nikko nib, and zebra nib. And for trying out the different nibs or more flexible nib, I suggested 101 or 122 or Principal EF, which are more flexible than your Nikko or Zebra. But for beginner stage, Nikko is best for your hand, and it's always a good to go with the beginner's nib when you're trying out some scripts or in a pointed pen. Now let's go for your pen angles. What should be your pen angle? What is X height? Okay, so this is the concept of X height. X height is described height of your meniscus, that is small letter. But you can choose a different height ratios. Like most of calligrapher writing in 2:1:2 ratio, which means if you have a height of letter like 5 mm, then your ascender should be 10 mm and your descender should be 10 mm. So that is called X height ratio. So these guidelines are properly lined up and measured and given a label to each respective line. Like first one is baseline, above that header, above that ascender first and second ascender. Likewise, we have first descender and second descender, and we have a 55-degree line. So this is the concept of your X height while you are writing a copper plate with particular heights. Move toward basic. How I start basic practicing. I do a daily practice of oval making. Like you have to choose second, third, fourth, fifth, 5 lines of 1 centimeter each, and start moving your hand in circular manner like this. But remember, your palm should not touch the paper. You have to glide your pencil over your paper with the help of your fingers. So I have to make ovals like this. It should be consistent, and in between those end lines or boundaries. This is first. In next one, again you have to go in a opposite direction. Always use 2B pencil because it's smooth on paper. Third, infinity loop. Cyclone. And remember, don't move your fingers. You have to move your whole arm. That's why it's named as whole arm movement. And this is warm-up practice. A very basic start of your copper plate. Now we are moving toward basic. Before that, I want to tell you something about how to prepare the nib. If I am using any new nib, then it's getting coated with some sedatives to protect it from corrosion. So for preparing this, I use a potato, the safest way. You just have to poke your nib inside it like this, leave it for a few seconds and then remove it. There are 3 methods to prepare the nib. First one, you can use alcohol, raw alcohol I mean. Second, you can use potato. Third, you can use flames. Means you can pass your your nib over some flames for few seconds to remove those sedatives. This way your nib is prepared and your holder is prepared. Now how to position them? What's the right positions of your nib in a holder? So it's very simple. Take a straight line. The body center of your holder, if you're observing, there is one line. So when I'm putting it on any straight line, then you'll observe that the tip of that nib is straight with your holder. So this is the best and correct position for your nib inside the flange. If it's going down or maybe upper side more than this line, then there will be a problem. Okay, it will scratch on your paper. That's why. Okay, let's start with your basic stroke. So we have total 8 basic stroke: entry, exit, underturn, overturn, compound curve, basic oval, ascender, descender, and full pressure line. For first one, you require to have a very light pressure. I'll zoom it a little bit and I prepare my ink for this. Okay. So look, when you're holding your pen or oblique holder to paper, it should be properly angled to this 55-degree line. If you are going like this or on this position, then your nib will scratch. So for this, you have to glide smoothly with no pressure. First one entry stroke, second one exit stroke. For next stroke, you have underturn. For this, you have to have a square cut, right? So to get the square cut, very simple method is put your nib on paper and push it toward left with slight pressure and maintain that pressure up to downward and stop. Now look, I get perfect square cut here. Okay, for this underturn, you have to make a square cut, maintain that 55-degree line, stop, and then go upward. So remember, you have to take each step at a time, not with continuous manner. First, stop, and going upward is the second. For overturn, you have to go upward with light pressure. First, stop, and when you are going down, you have to put the pressure. So these two terms, or these two lines, called hairline and shade line. Hairline is like a thin line, shade line is like a thick line. First, second, and stop. First and second and stop. About square cut, I'll give you a different, or we can say a special video for that, how to make your square cut. Go for compound curve next. First straight and then again go upward. Remember, you have to maintain this two spacing. Again, this curve is not curve, it's actually on 55-degree. First, second, and third. Look, again, first, second, and third. Next one is oval, base oval we called it. Start from here with light, then take a pressure, stop, go upward. Again, start with the pressure, stop, complete the cycle. Again here, look, first stop, then again complete the cycle. So it's like an coffee bean if you're observing this. Next one is your ascender loop. First, second, third. There are two methods to do this. I demonstrate the first one. You have to go with entry stroke, then you have to go with this slanted big line from second ascender to the baseline, and then you have to complete this loop. Okay, so it's first, second and third. Generally most of us using this entry stroke, then we are making loop and coming down, continuous loop or continuous making. This is second, but first one is most efficient. When you are having double H, double L, that time you have to maintain the gap between this loop and maintain the consistency too. Now for descending, you have to make again the square cut on a header line, then you have to go all the way down, then you're going upward and exit stroke. Again square cut, going down, stop, and then again go upward, again stop. Got it? Last one is full pressure line. Square cut and square cut. Now I can zoom it for you guys if you want to know how to get the square cut. So for this full pressure line you have to make two square cuts. First one here, first one, and second one. Okay, so how to do that? So just stable your nib on paper in a 55-degree angle, stable it, and then push your nib little bit toward left, look, with the finger, and then maintain that pressure, maintain it. Okay, at the end you have to just make a little pinch, you get a 55-degree line like this. It's easy, or you can do it like this by marking the line and then moving toward left, like tilting it little bit, as it's a fine nib. If you have long look here, this is what I want to deliver you. Okay, first going down, stop, again first, look, going down and then stop. Okay, in this video we learn about basic stroke, how to make them, and now we are proceeding toward next video in which we will be learning how to connect this basic stroke and form the small letters. So if you have any questions, any queries, please do comment below. Thank you. See you in the next video.